and I do believe that would have influenced the creation of the Magna Carta, which is the thing that makes us all equal so that the king can't simply point at his guards to kill me without having some sort of evidence. Just like a police officer nowadays should not be able to arrest me or harm me or use force without having some evidence.
I got to know, what is the Magna Carta? Because I keep hearing about it. I mean, Magna means great, and Carta is like a charter or a carte or whatever, you know.
Excuse me, it was modified after that, yeah.
So it's
been around before the King James.
Going to Wikipedia, I know they say it's not the most trustworthy source, but I think it is for certain things. So it says, I mean, it's good enough for me at this moment for a definition. So Magna Carta is an English charter originally issued in the year 1215 and reissued later in the 13th century in modified versions, which included the most direct challenges to the monarch's authority to date. So challenging the authority of the king.
Here in Canada, we're not a monarchy. We are a constitutional monarchy, an adopted constitutional monarchy. So this is very important for Canada, not so much the United States.
Okay, I'll skip about when it the required King John of England. Okay, the 1215 Charter required King John of England to proclaim certain liberties and accept that his will was not arbitrary. For example, by explicitly accepting that no, quote, free man, in the sense of non-serf, could be punished except through the law of the land, a right which is still in existence today.
Common law. This is what we call common law.
Magna Carta was the first document forced onto an English king by a group of his subjects, the feudal barons, in an attempt to limit his power by law and protect their villages. It was preceded and directly influenced by the Charter of Liberties in 1100, in which King Henry I had specified particular areas wherein his power would be limited. So I guess before this, the king had absolute power and could do absolutely whatever he wanted. They had a feudal system where the serfs had no rights. They're basically slaves, and you could punish them without any kind of trial or prove that they had broken the law. And it's funny because I kind of see things kind of going back into that direction today.
Oh, yes,
although
absolutely.
It's voluntary now. Although we have all this in place.
Apparently we have no king, though, right? Why we're so much focus is on this Prince William there? Why there's so much focus on him when we are not, and they have their own parliament, when we are not a monarchy or such? I do agree with some of the things that Charlie Beach has said about removing ourselves from the monarchy, or for the UK to remove themselves from the monarchy. But if you really start getting down to it, it's just a few different corporations here. And if everybody did a little bit of research, they'd find out there was a court case earlier on this year where the Queen was actually found guilty of violating the oath. So the Queen
wait, what court case was this?
It was Elizabeth Windsor versus Jaw or something. Regina versus Jaw. What kind of court? This would have been a private matter. You can look it up online. It's actually posted on We Have People Press.
She was found guilty of doing what?
Just violating the oath. She's not the true queen. I believe it had something to do with it. I haven't been able to review the entirety of it, but I believe it had something to do with her being above or below the Stone of Destiny when she makes the actual coronation oath.
High treason, laws against establishing a foreign power in England? I don't know.
I'm not sure. Yeah. I know this is common stuff right now. Along with the fact that just this year there was a judge in Birkenhead, England. I think I talked to you about this last time.
Wait a minute, this could be it. Here, look.
Yeah.
UK landmark case could stymie legal system. Queen not valid monarch landmark case could stymie. Okay. If everyone began using this defense now in all of the Commonwealth courts and in the United States, the entire legal system could be brought to its knees in a matter of weeks, if not days. For those of you who have not been following the John Anthony Hill case,
Jaw, J-A-H.
It is great to be able to share that he was acquitted on the 12th of May 2011 of the ridiculous and politically motivated charge of attempting to, quote, pervert the course of justice. For those of you less familiar with this landmark case, J.A. Hill is the producer of the documentary film 7/7 Ripple Effect. For more details about pervert the course of justice, how ridiculous is a total false flag, and
that's right. And it's a great film too. Yeah,
there was no justice. That was perverting the course of justice. Was trying to tell people it just happened. It just happened to be running a drill. Nobody had any idea. For more details about this extraordinary case and the trial itself, please visit the following links.
mtrial.org.
That's interesting.
mtrial.org.
Yeah, mtrial.org. I'll put that in the chat room. Okay, well, that's interesting. So the Queen, do you think she's a reptile?
Just like, I want to know, you know what? I want to be like CK there, the comedian from the States who was asking Rumsfeld about whether he was a reptile. I just want to ask the questions. And you know what? When somebody answers a question with a laugh, you know that they're probably not guilty. But if they immediately start to defend themselves, or if they jump to personal attack, you can almost
is that the trick?
Positively
identify. The trick is somebody answers a question with a laugh? Huh.
If they answer with a laugh, then it's probably not true, because that's the only thing that you can do when you're really, really innocent of something. When somebody says something to you, really, realistically, you can laugh. You can laugh. You turn the other cheek. You just laugh. The person's not, because somebody trying to accuse you of something, okay, is only trying to steal that from you or trying to get you to accept it. And should you argue, then you are actually refusing. When you refuse something, you're actually accepting. You're not giving any conditions.
Well, we're going into a break, but stay tuned. I'll be back with Max Radico TheTrutherGirls in a moment. Here to the TrutherGirls on American Freedom Radio. I'm your host, TrutherGirl Sonia. And it looks like we got George back, so let's see if I can talk to George. I'm also here with Max Radico of Grasshopper Media.
This is George from WeThePeoplePress.ca.
So, hi, George. You're on the air with the TrutherGirls. Welcome back.
Hi there, Sonia.
Are you there?
I bet we lost.
Oh, call was lost.
We lost the call. Try it again. If we can try it again, if he calls through, give us another shot.
Yeah, call is
locked.
We'll
cut you off for now so we can start again.
Call is locked. We only have about 10 minutes left. Well, the number to call is 402-237-2525. If anybody else would like to call in also, either commentary on this. And the chat room is truthergirls.chatango.com.
This is the kind of thing that I'm talking about with George, is that when you're incarcerated, whether it be for a summary conviction or you've actually been convicted, okay, when you're in jail, your rights are definitely being infringed on. And that's the point here. We called the ombudsman after George had been held in solitary confinement for 7 days without any yard time.
That's pretty bad.
So we called the ombudsman. It was in one of our videos. And the ombudsman, within 12 hours, had George transferred to another jail.
Well, that's good. That's good to hear.
It was good, but how
actually did something
about it. That's right. And let's hold the ombudsman to this, that they need to make sure that this gentleman is receiving the ability to defend himself. They have the duty to mitigate there in the courts. They have the duty to do their job. And their job is to make sure that everybody gets a fair trial. George right now is definitely not getting a fair trial. And in the beginning, he was not allowed to have his glasses. He could not read without them. Okay, eventually he got his glasses awarded to him because there was enough public support. There's enough people there asking the right questions, okay? And then George had his paperwork somehow taken from him. They ascribed that I was not allowed to go in and meet with him as his co-counsel, which we are all allowed to be co-counsel for our friends. We are. We should. Yeah, there's an A at the end. Our website is grasshoppermedia.blogspot.com.
I'm putting that right now in the TrutherGirls Facebook.
There's a link at the top for George. It's called the Gregarious Adventures of Farmer George.
I'm going to put George's link as well, but in case you guys don't know, well, for one thing, I'm assuming you know that I have a YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/TheTrutherGirls, and on there you'll have links to things like my Facebook group, which is also called the TrutherGirls, and I put up the kind of blurbs like